Hey there, welcome. Welcome back, people, and a huge welcome to my Thrival Tribe. If you haven't met me before, my name is Lexi Tommy, and this is my Thrival Guide. Every Thursday, I sit down and I talk to you about how to get your life together. It's a fun little channel on adulting, and it's going to help everything in your day-to-day go much smoother. So stay tuned today and subscribe below so I can keep coming back at you every Thursday. I just want to pop in today. I want to see you. I want to check in with you. And I want to give you a little update on my tower project and how I was putting that together, my little garden tower. I want you to see how it all comes together, how everything is so easy to be growing in no time. Okay, so it's been about 6 weeks and I just want to show you this. Can you believe this? Look at how amazing that is. This is crazy. I told you I would show you what the progress was on this tower garden. It is wild. Isn't that something? So, okay, I cannot wait to get some fresh produce off here. You can see there's some flowers coming in for the tomato plants. These tomato plants are going crazy. I actually have been thinking that maybe I should remove some. I already took 5 plants off of it because they're outrageously growing and put them in the garden in the backyard here. This is a tobacco plant, and for those of you that have never experienced a tobacco plant before, I encourage you to do it. I'll show you a picture here. You can see how this tobacco plant turns out. It is super neat. They are like beautiful tropical growing looking plants when they're in pots, but I do like to dry this out in the fall. Once it's done, once the leaves are done, dry out the tobacco leaves, and then I give them away for First Nations ceremonies for work. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, can't wait to see what is going to amount from this garden. So I'll introduce you to some of my plant babies. Here is, these are the tomatoes, of course. And they are growing wild. Like I said, I think I'm going to remove some and put them in the back patch garden. And then you can see here, I have some sweet pepper plants. Some more sweet bell peppers. This is another one. This one's quite lovely. It's got the leaves are just so healthy and so rich. I just can't believe it. This was a table scrap. I don't know if you can kind of see in there. This was a table scrap. It was just the cutting off of a romaine lettuce. I chopped off the bottom of it and stuck it on one of these little peg holders, and stuck it on one of these little peg holders here, and yep, decided to regrow. So that's tremendous. Love that. You can see here, this is all the mixed greens. I don't know if you saw in the last couple videos, they were maybe kind of thinking about just starting, and these you can cut and then you'll see they just regrow. It's awesome. So I decided to start some more. So as soon as I start adjusting these tomato plants and moving them around a bit, I can start getting the new crops in. So here's some more mixed greens I planted. Here's some more mixed greens. They're just germinating now. Hopefully they take. So that's the mixed greens, that's the sweet peppers. Like I said, that's a tobacco plant, and I'm going to take that out in the next couple days here, plant it in a pot. I'll enclose a picture on this video because it'll be awesome. And then, yeah, more mixed greens over on this side here, but they're just lush and amazing, beautiful plants. Yeah, you can see in there, starting another sweet pepper. This one's called Pineberry. Not really sure if it's going to work. We'll see. It's supposed to be like a white strawberry that tastes like a pineapple. I don't know. We'll see if it goes. more tobacco plants for the pots. This is also a nice tobacco plant for the pots. You can see here, like, this is what I mean. I got to kind of cut back these plants or like relocate them, because here's my strawberry plant growing beautifully in here. This one grew from seed. It's gorgeous. You can see a bunch more leaves come in and everything's looking really healthy, super healthy and great. And then this here, of course, is my lemon tree. Looks a little more sticky than it usually does. Some of the leaves are gone, but I think that's just because it's making room for all of these beautiful little lemons. So let me introduce you to my cute little lemon babies. There's one there. All these little flowers will get pollinated and create all these little lemons. Look how many there are. They're just it's gonna be massive. There's so many. You can see there's another little lemon on the other side here. A bunch more here, some new leaves. Like, it's just loving it. There's some more lemons. And it's just so fun to watch. Like, the kids have really come down and been like, wow, that's a lemon. Like, that's how a lemon grows. Actually, adults have been like, wow, that's a lemon. That's how a lemon grows, right? It's just so neat to watch. So there's that. If you look over here, here's some more pineberry in this one here. And then on the other side, we showed that already. That's more mixed greens. But yeah, that's kind of it. So I've got a couple different plans going on. One, I started with the microgreens, hence the addition of the fan. So when the fan turns on, it's giving some air circulation. And because this is in my basement, you can see I've got like a window cracked open there. Then I have another window cracked open on the other side here so that it really lets it circulate in here. And then I just plugged it into the timer, the same timer that works for the water pump. So it turns on the same time as the water pump, which is kind of nice. But like, as you can see, these plants are kind of unruly at the bottom here, and they need to stretch out, but they still need time to grow because clearly the flowers are just starting for the little tomatoes. I have been holding it up with my super fancy, super expensive yarn that has been I just kind of tied it around there. That was for the time being, but it's these plant babies have already sincerely outgrown this system. So what we're going to do here, there are some holes here and they're all around the tower. We're going to add some posts to it, and then we picked up some simple hula hoops from Dollarama, and my husband and I are going to figure out basically a glorified gigantic tomato cage that goes around it so that the plants have something to kind of cling to and lean on, so that it spreads more out this way. We'll bend the lights more outward, and it will give room for all the plants to kind of grow up freely. Like I said, I'm going to relocate that tobacco plant specifically to the planters already. There's two more, one being here and the other being here, and I'll relocate those in the next week or so once they're just a tiny bit bigger. So that will give us 3 more plugs. In those 3 plugs, I'm planning to put some more strawberry plants so that we have it'll be 4 strawberry plants in here, and the rest will be tomato and greens. And when we shuffle things around, you can see how the way each plant grows really identifies where its location will be in the tower. Like these tomatoes, had they been in this location, would be like up to the ceiling or something. So they need to be at the bottom because they're such a big plant, and the way they grow in the tower is just outrageous. Like, follow this stem around, like they're just massive, healthy, crazy plants, and they're coming out of legitimately like the tiniest little pot. It's just crazy to me that this can happen. So I'm very interested to see how this all plays out. It's been a learning process for sure. I am excited to do the tomato cages and to give the other plants a little more space to grow. And I'm just right now focusing on things that we're really going to use, right? Like this right now is going to use decorative for sure. And right now, but these things, like I want to come down, pick like just a quick salad, right? Out of this stuff. And I want to come down, I want to grab a couple peppers to throw into supper or to cut up for a lunch kit, that kind of thing. Like that's what I want to use the tower for. And just enjoy it, really just enjoy it. So that's kind of it. That's the update of where our tower is at and what we're doing with it and what we're gonna go to next. Can't wait to show you how we use it. So what did you think? Isn't it the neatest idea? I think that this is going to benefit our family in so many ways. Having a nice, fresh selection of produce just down in the basement, growing itself, for pennies a day, it's going to be so great. And this food grown in a soil-free, radical-free environment means that these plants, our food, is growing in a nutrient-dense, clean water source that has no pests, no chemicals, no pesticides, nothing leaching into the soil. It is growing so lush and so green. I can't wait to see how it ends up. And the mommy part of me loves the nutritional value. And once you start looking at nutrition, you really realize that plants lose its nutrients within no time. It's shocking how fast the nutrient value is lost from food. Food just simply gets old. There are studies out there that track this nutrient and density loss. Fresh produce loses 30% of its nutrients within the first 3 days of it being harvested. And I can tell you in Canada here, we're not typically getting it in the first 3 days. So that's already a deficit there. And I can almost guarantee you that from the look and the feel and the taste of the fresh produce that I was getting this past winter from the grocery stores, the nutrients just aren't there anymore. And we live off of a ton of fruits and vegetables in our family. So that's a real problem. Fresh cut produce is more nutrient dense, and it comes with all of those vitamins and all of those minerals that you need to grow healthy people. And it drastically changes that flavor and taste. And so fingers crossed that our whole family will really truly benefit nutritionally from this fun little project in the basement. So that's it for today. I don't want you to forget that on this channel, we cover everything from organizing, from minimizing, from using what we have and using the resources that we have to invest in things that are gonna benefit us even further. I cover all of those things on this channel. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and hit the like button below and subscribe so I can keep coming back at you every Thursday. I wanna thank you for popping in, and I wanna welcome you to the Thrivers. Welcome Thrivers to my Thrival Tribe. We'll see you soon.